Hey guys, I'm Dan Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday at the Springs. It is a gorgeous, picturesque, sunny, 58-degree Saturday here in the mountains of East Tennessee. And I've got some stuff to show you guys. We are full, hot and heavy back into Wilderness Springs. This is an idea that I had about just kind of adding a little more retail to the front of Enchanted Forest. And I think this is going to work out pretty cool. I decided to call it Broken Oak Wand Shop. So I wanted to make it look like maybe like a giant oak tree that maybe split and part of it fell over. But, you know, to still try to give it that magical flair that, you know, the land is becoming known for now. I almost made this a coaster archway. Like, I thought that this would be cool to have this like the entrance way to a coaster that I want to do, but I don't know. We might be able to come up with something different because I wanted it to be more of a, I think, like, even though this would have worked for like a dark forest vibe, I think I've got some other ideas for the, you know, like the cycle sidecar coaster that I want to do back here. So for now, we'll just leave this as a retail shop. So here we're building the giant wand that will sit outside of the kind of like above your entranceway. And I think that this building really rounds off that main plaza that you saw in the cinematics and you'll see here in the real time. It just kind of fit really well like this. I just think, you know, with it kind of sitting off to the right as you come into the land, and then you have the restaurant off to the left, giant tree way up above you, you know, kind of at the base of the waterfalls. It just ended up working out really, really good. And like I said, it give us that, what you would expect in like a retail offering. It's really weird to see. I'm not going to lie. It is totally weird to see Wilderness Springs this empty towards the back of the park. Like, we deleted so much, but I've honestly, what is it? Okay, it's August, it's September 20th. I've never felt better about Wilderness Springs. This is, I think we've put out the best product in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, as far as kind of getting our ideas together, dialing back some of the out there ideas. It's kind of like we went on this little mission of that's how I look at it. We went on this little mission of trying to see what fit, what didn't fit, what made sense, using a lot of your all's feedback. And I think, just like we mentioned months ago, not putting ourselves on a time frame with this project, like, oh, we got to get this done, you know, we're ready to move on to something new. Just kind of keeping this going and trying to just, like, you know, pursue the best story that we can for Wilderness Springs, I think's made all the difference. And not putting like a, you know, just like an arbitrary time frame on this, like, all right, we need to move past Wilderness Springs, we're done. It's like I told you guys, I don't think we'll ever be done with Wilderness Springs, because, you know, as new packs come out, new DLCs, new updates, it's always, I think, going to be in the back of our mind, like, I wonder if Wilderness Springs could add that. So, you know, I was telling, you know, you guys in the last couple videos, don't ever get too comfortable with anything in Wilderness Springs. That's what Yan was saying too. He's like, dude, at some point you gotta stop deleting stuff. Like, you gotta just make some stuff, you know, concrete here. And, you know, I think some things are, like, some things, you know, I don't think I would ever mess with, but sometimes it just, when the inspiration strikes, you gotta just go for it. And I think that's what we've done with Wilderness Springs. And could you imagine if we'd have left this project like 7-8 months ago and was like, well, you know, that's good. That's a good first little starter park. Let's move on to something else. And who knows, maybe we would have moved on to something even better than this. But I think that this being our original project, there's just something special about it. It just, Wilderness Springs, I think, is just synonymous with my growth as a creator, on the YouTube side of things and on the in-game side of things. We have really learned and grown up with Planet Coaster 2 and this park over this, what's coming up very, very soon on the 1-year anniversary of the game launching. Actually September, I might already be to my year anniversary. I could have swore we might have had our hands on a version of this in at least September or October when they first reached out and remember I was making all those videos about speculation, and then they reached out and told me it's real, it's coming, and I like almost had a stroke sitting here at my desk. So I just think that we have something really, really special here, and it adds more lore and story like every week. And I just think it's so fun about this project. It's never quite finished. But anyways, let's jump into the real time. I'll show you where I put this and kind of gather your thoughts about Wilderness Springs as a whole now that we're approaching the beginning of October. All right, guys, here we go. Back in the Springs. It would be fun to come over and maybe pick out a land or something in the water park one of these days and maybe do a some kind of sorcery wizard land over in the water park area too. Might have to check that out. But yeah, over here in Enchanted Forest, we have got our Broken Oak Wand Shop. Scaled down the windows a little bit. I had them a little too large. Haven't done an interior yet. I kind of suck at interiors, but I think I want to go in and maybe give it a try. It's a very thin footprint of a building, but I still think you could, because I've got the railroad right here. I still think you could come in and do a really interesting kind of shop, maybe more vertical, maybe go in and have like very high shelves and just have, shelvings and, big bookshelves of wands kind of stacked in there. But yeah, when you come into the land, you can make your way off to the right here and go buy your wand. So yeah, that is Broken Oak. Across here, we've got the little restaurant, Sylvan Seer. But one of you guys said we need to make maybe make this side a ramp for ADA compliance. So I think that's a good idea. We'll get in there and try to make this side, I don't know how, I don't want to make it really, really steep, but try to get in here and make it believable and get that ADA compliance in there. Toad Bottom, I still need to kind of get over here, figure this out, get this kind of wrapped up, and I really want to get the park back open again and let some guests get in here and actually watch them come on this and ride it instead of just the little test dummies. But yeah, a lot of good suggestions out this way. We were thinking, dark forest, maybe entrance to one of the coasters. There's a lot of, we've got a lot of space out here to work. We can do a lot of ideas. A couple of you guys commented as well, maybe move the Phantom Manor, Grizzly Manor a little forward and, give us a little more space around the tree. We could do that as well. That, the Phantom Manor has quite a large front yard area. And one of you all said that it would also make more sense it would make it look like the manor is more part of Grizzly Valley instead of sitting so far out here off to the side. So I could definitely see us doing that as well. So yeah, lots of ideas still coming. Oh, Mineral messaged me and said, don't hold me to this, but I might have a little idea for the Main Street area of Wilderness Springs, kind of right here by Wilderness Outfitters. So Mineral may actually be figuring something out with that. So definitely going to leave that open if he gets something worked out with that. And let's see, your entrance have not done much to it. It's still just kind of it's been untouched for the last little while. Trading out some of the trees, just experimenting, putting in some cypress trees over here near the water. Still think we have a little bit of a shade issue over here. Like this definitely, this would be steaming over here. So we think we need to look into It's just some more tree packages, stuff like that, just to get more of that kind of just some shade in there. But yep, coming over here, we've got to kind of, you know, just continually integrate Legend of Thunder Falls more into the park and into the land over here. I want to get a new sign made, like an actual custom Legend of Thunder Falls sign, and actually get it finished and open to where we can watch the guests ride it. We have got to eventually probably move the railroad. Got to get that kind of like, you know, where it used to just connect right here. I'm thinking it'll probably make its way further around the park, kind of like the original train line was, and have a little longer loop. Bring back the second train probably. But yeah, I am just having an absolute blast right now. Just, I mean, this pack, it just hit at the perfect time, you know, to really get me back into the game and kind of get those creative juices flowing. And, you know, this land right here it's like single-handedly reinvented Wilderness Springs for me. It's just changed everything. It's got me 100% back into the park. And I was telling a couple of you guys, it's like I'm back sitting at work now, waiting to come home and play this. And you know, thinking of different ideas when I'm not home. And that's been a long while since, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been having fun playing it, but it's not something like where if I'm not at home, I'm thinking like, man, I can't wait to get back, and I've got to start building on this like as soon as I get home. Not had that in a while until this pack dropped. When this pack dropped, I am just I'm just 100% back into this. And so, yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you a little update. This is how the park sits as of September 20th. And I'm probably going to stop recording on this and jump right back in and kind of, I think what I want to do next is probably finish out this side of the land over here and then start focusing on the dark forest side and what we're going to do with that coaster. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, just let me know what you think. As always, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. And I'll catch you in the next video. See ya!